I'm Dia Ghoul. Welcome to my channel where we have spooky talks about spooky topics. Today, we're actually not having a spooky topic. Sorry, guys. But don't you fret, because next time we will be right back to the spooky content. Normally, I wouldn't go so far out of my realm here on YouTube, but I figured that this is still a pretty relevant topic here as a small YouTube channel. Today, we will be talking about authenticity on YouTube. Is it dead? Is it making a comeback? Let's talk about it. I think it's safe to say that parasocial relationships are stronger than ever, at least if the numbers have anything to say about it. However, YouTube has never felt as sanitized, as fake as it does today. Sure, YouTube has always been about entertainment. If we weren't entertained, we wouldn't be here. But once there was a real charm to seeing somebody just like you doing a tutorial, a silly lip sync, or just talking about common interests. In fact, I remember the very first YouTuber that I kept coming back to consistently to watch content. This was way back when I was like 12 years old or something like that. I believe his channel was called Deadback Man, and he just did silly lip syncs. I especially liked the Barbie Boy video where he lip synced to the Barbie Girl song by Aqua. A lot of the later videos on his channel were full short films, which is also really cool. But it just goes to show where we came from, which is a far cry from what it has become. Back then, the word influencer wasn't even in our vocabulary. Shitty products like Fume weren't even a twinkle in a con artist's eye. Our favorite YouTubers weren't shilling products at every ad break. In fact, there weren't any ad breaks, and they weren't shilling any products. Do you remember those times? I sure do.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Don't get me wrong, I don't think we'll be getting rid of ads on YouTube anytime soon, but people are absolutely fed up with the sheer level of inauthenticity on YouTube. People are really fed up with the ads too, but I digress. Nowadays, everything has to be curated to have the perfect setup, the perfect aesthetic, the perfect thumbnails and titles to make those numbers soar. But for the viewer, who cares about numbers? Realistically, they want to watch someone with something interesting to say, someone that they feel they can relate to. But the thing is, most of us can't relate to millionaires with mansions, private jets, huge filming studios, and designer bags. What was once relatable has now become an impossible aspiration, tempting all of us to just constantly throw ourselves into this consistent money pit. In today's economy, it's becoming harder and harder for people to justify funding the illusion of being an influencer. Materialism may seem to be at an all-time high, but if you look at the conversations being had online, people are just sick of buying junk and they're sick of being sold junk. I'm seeing more videos criticizing major sponsorship brands, and you can see that some YouTubers aren't even taking their sponsorships very seriously anymore.
Tossing an air-up flavor pod. Whoa, it's amazing!
In fact, people are so sick and tired of it that anti-consumerism content on YouTube has been on the rise. People are suffering the consequences of their shopping addictions and poor financial management, fueling a sort of movement against excessive spending. Obviously, everyone is responsible for their own life, but there is one common factor here. We're all being pushed to buy things that we don't need, and for a lot of us, can't afford. You can't just have a cup. You need to have the new special trendy cup in every possible color variant. You can't just enjoy a vacation. You have to take aesthetically pleasing photos with the perfect poses to the point that you aren't even having fun anymore. And don't even think about going on that vacation without new clothes, a new bikini, fancy drinks, and elegant food to use as photo props. And also get a spray tan and extensions and fake nails and teeth whitening and fucking Botox at 22 and... yeah, actually just change everything about yourself. Change every single aspect of your body that makes you unique before you even think about taking that vacation. We hear from influencers all the time that you need this product or service, but do you really? Or is it mass-scale peer pressure that just makes you feel like you have to be a cool kid again? Like some high school shit. Well, I'm an adult. I think it's really sad that this influencer lifestyle has gotten such a chokehold on society, but society is starting to fight back. I'm what's called a micro YouTube channel, so I have no choice but to be authentic at this point. But I'd like to think that I'd keep a good level of authenticity even if I were to grow. Authenticity on YouTube is honestly what gave me the courage to start this channel at all. I wanted to make one for a lot of years, but I didn't feel like I had that kind of stage presence that you see with the bigger channels. I found myself wishing I started sooner in the early YouTube days so that I could stand a chance at being myself on this platform. There are so many high standards now. Everybody has the best camera, the best podcast-style microphone, flawless filming setups. That, and add the pressures of being a woman, and you've got a shitstorm of insecurities. But that's a topic for another day. What really changed my mind was taking a good hard look at the content that I was consuming on YouTube. The vast majority of the channels I watch are not high-budget channels. Most of the videos I watch are people talking about topics. They sit in front of a camera, just like this, and talk about stuff. Insert some relevant footage, memes, maybe insert nothing at all, and there you go. I also watch a lot of faceless content, relying entirely on voiceovers and stock footage. Not only do I enjoy this content, but many, many other people do too. My one biggest inspiration was Wendigoon. He just sits in front of a camera, little to no editing, and talks about spooky shit. I was a fan of his for a long time. Watching his videos felt like a one-way chat with a wacky conspiracy theorist weirdo friend that I always wish I had. One day, I decided I wanted to be on the other end of that one-way chat. I wanted to be the wacky conspiracy theorist weirdo friend talking about spooky stuff. Now, I'm no Wendigoon, but I'm on my way to being something. And I have his authenticity to thank for that. Wendigoon is just one example, and he currently has over 4.4 million subscribers. So that goes to show just how far an authentic approach can take you here on YouTube. Does he shill crappy products here and there?
See, I've been hoarding Magic Spoon. Raycon earbuds.
Yeah, but that's just the name of the game. But I don't see him drastically shifting his content to shill products and become a digital salesman. And if he ever does, you come to your Wendigirl, because I'd never do my audience dirty like that. Not only do we have to worry about fake-ass people with fake-ass lives, but we also have to worry about the rise of actual artificial content and content creators. That's right, folks. I'm talking about AI. Obviously, AI has been a very controversial topic as of late, but if anything, I think it might actually help boost the comeback of authenticity on YouTube. They call AI content slop for a reason. Nobody likes this shit. I've seen from the YouTuber subreddits and such that nobody respects AI content creators, like not the viewers or other creators. AI creators are basically the laughingstock of any creative space, as they should be. And at this point, AI and heavily filtered is a very fine line to draw, and I suspect that people will start avoiding any content that they even suspect of being AI generated. So if droves of people are fleeing AI, fakery, and shilling, what does that leave them with? Creators with a passion for creating. Content with a purpose outside of profit. A sense of community, even if parasocial in nature. People crave human connection, and can you really have that with some weird alien who mimics human behavior to sell Stanley Cups? I say, fuck no. I want to see the human side. I want to see people stutter and stumble on their words, hair out of place, no makeup or filter in sight. I want to see that little slice of life. I want to know that there's a soul in there. YouTube may have lost its soul, but the same can't be said for the people of YouTube. We crave to bring that soul back, to breathe into it new life. The best way we can do that is to support small content creators, stop supporting major sponsorship brands. Seriously, you can donate directly to creators or buy their merch. You don't have to buy overpriced crap. I promise. That's my secret life hack. And if you have the passion, create some content yourself. Is authenticity on YouTube dead? No, I wouldn't say so. You just have to know where to look. Will there be a comeback? Look around. It's already happening. If you are a small YouTube creator, I would love for you to promote your channel in the comments. We need to support each other, and it needs to start somewhere. With that said, I'm Dia Ghoul, and I hope you had a not so spooky time. Seriously though, I have a very special spooky upload for next time, so don't miss out on that. Like and subscribe if you want.